All right. We're rolling.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good morning. Well, my name is Joan Francis Bordenave. Bordenave is my married name, but while I was a student here, it was Joan Francis. And I'm a graduate of the class of '69, which was the 100th graduating class of Oakland Tech at that time. So that's kind of special for us as well, having the bicentennial now, and we're the 100th graduating class. So that's a real cool thing. Well, currently I live in Mobile, Alabama. Left here in about 1985 and relocated to the East Coast, lived there 16 years, and moved to Alabama. I'm currently a Christian counselor, and I counsel couples, singles, people who are hurting and need some help with that. So that's what I'm currently doing in my career. But what brought us to California, what brought me to Tech? Well, my mom and I moved to Oakland when I was 8 years old. We relocated here, and I went to Golden Gate, Woodrow Wilson, and Tech. My tenure went to Laney College and then Cal State Hayward. So that's how we got here.
Where did you relocate from? Where?
We relocated here from Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, so I got back there. My mom, at the time, Mobile was a great seaport town, and my stepfather was a merchant seaman, and they met, and he moved us here to Oakland. We initially lived in North Oakland. Then we were, I guess, West Oakland, and back to North Oakland again. And so lived there, went through high school here at Tech.
What streets did you live on? What neighborhoods?
Yeah. I lived on 58th Street at Market. Lived on West Street, right here at 50-something. So I was always in the area. Then we moved to Boise Street, which was actually Berkeley, but it was my junior year, and so I really should have been at Berkeley High, but my heart was here, so they let me stay, and I graduated here. So those are the areas that I lived in, yes. So great memories. Just taking a walk around this morning, it made me realize what an awesome campus we had during that time. I look at schools today and they have nowhere near what we had. We had our own pool, own track, own theater, drama department, athletic department. The girls had theirs, the guys had theirs, tennis courts. I mean, it was phenomenal, and I guess I really didn't realize that until I walked around this morning. We had everything that we needed as young people to pursue our dreams. It was all right here. It's a special place. We used to say that, Tech out front looked like the White House. We had that, oh, y'all go to that White House looking school. So we were kind of known for that. I remember school, we had a lot of adversity, multicultural. It was a good mix, a good blend. I remember being one of maybe, if not the only, maybe one of two African Americans at that time that was on the chess team. So I guess I was sort of a nerd at that time, but I loved playing chess, and we had a great chess team here at Oakland Tech during that time. We were very competitive. Great school athletic-wise. I ran track as well. But I think we excelled so greatly because of all that we had. It was all here, It was truly a place where your dreams could come true. But you had to be true to your dream. And a lot of gifted and talented students. Our history in this school is phenomenal with all that. And Tech has always been a community school as well. I do remember we did a lot of little outreach things, a lot of community efforts and things of that sort. And I'm very happy to know that the school is still using this campus for the community. You know, it is a community-based campus / school. And anything and everything anybody can do to support this campus, please search your heart and do that. It is a very special place. Very special place. So that's, you know, the school part. You want to know of some great memories that I had?
Yeah, that'd be great. Describe. Well, since I'm talking here, I'll press the button.
Okay. Well, just thinking back on some of my memories from being a student here. I met with a group of classmates last evening, and we spent a lot of time just talking about our time here at school. And sitting out here today, I can remember, you know, lunchtime, we would be on the grass, having lunch, sitting on the stairs, just, you know, being kids. I remember that everything that we did at that time was age appropriate, even in how we dressed. I do remember, though, we weren't allowed to wear pants, the girls. And my class of 69, we actually went down as a group to the school board and pleaded our case about being able to wear pants to school, girls. And eventually we ended up getting that done. That's the kind of class that we were. We were a very strong class, very united. I remember that we really supported our athletic programs, which were awesome. We had a great football team, and we as a school would really get the buses, get the cars, and support. But there was one school in particular that we always had issues with. Not going to mention them, but they were a school that liked to fight after the game. And it was a real struggle for us because we were not a fighting school, at least not off the field. So, but yet we were so close with each other as a class and supporting our school, we wanted to go to the games. So what we decided to do is that we would go to the games, and we would, at this particular school, because we didn't have problems at any other school, but what we would do at a certain time, close to the end of the game, we would just get up like a wave and leave, okay? And it didn't give that school an opportunity to, you know, to cause fights and pick fights after the game when we were all trying to leave. And it was just an awesome thing to see because it was just in unison. We would let somebody know, and at that point they do a signal, and we would just get up as a school and leave. And I mean, it was just a united kind of thing that we have, and I remember that because we wanted to support our school and our team, and we were not going to be allowed not to do that. But we had real good thinkers in our class. They were good thinkers, so much so, and we did have another classmate at that time. The whole Black Panther thing was going on, and he was very active in that. Good, bad, or indifferent, but very active and committed. And he actually went through the school and went to every classroom and told everybody to go home. Okay? And we all went home. He closed the school that day. And I remember because I worked the switchboard and the phones were just going crazy. And it was like, what is going on? But it's just another thing of where we talk about being united as a school. You know, we had great teachers that supported us, that were like mothers and fathers. as opposed to just teachers. And they disciplined us in their own way, not physically, but we had accountability to our teachers. I can mention some. We had Miss Ewing, which was, I think, my English teacher, Miss Davis, my typing teacher. She was not only a typing teacher, but she was a teacher of what it was to be a young lady. If you weren't dressed kind of right, wasn't standing kind of right, if you wasn't speaking appropriately, she took charge of that with us. Miss Aarons, I believe, was the vice principal. A wonderful, awesome lady. I personally can remember going into her office and being able to feel free to express my concerns, whatever they might have been at that time. It was just awesome. In the back, having the field there, the track there was just always activity. There was always things going on. The drama department, you could go over there, we'd have plays. We were a very, very active school. And we're hoping that our young people can get that again for them. Well, how was daily life for us at Tech during 1969? We were a very culturally mixed school at that time. A lot to do with this neighborhood and the location, because you had, I guess, to the left of me, a predominantly African-American neighborhood. In front of me, a predominantly white neighborhood. And then this way, we had our Chinese Oriental neighborhoods that were starting to grow. And because of how Tech is situated, the three came together. And not only are we talking about a racially mixed, we're talking culture. That there was culture that was just very different. And so we all start dating each other. And so now you're getting these cross mix of cultures that was very significant for the time, especially with the Black Panther movement going on right in the middle of all of that. Tech, we broke all the rules. We always did. We always marched at our own beat and always just came together as a group. When I think back about that, we didn't have that racial disparity among ourselves during that time. We just all came together and loved on each other, supported our school, and supported one another. It was very, very unique in that. And I guess it was just the time and the location that made it happen. Where other schools was either predominantly this, that, or the other. We kind of melted together, which created, I believe, greater challenges for our educators.
In what way?
Well, because you're dealing with cultures, and with those cultures are certain expectations of their children, okay? It made us more competitive among each other, but in a positive way, not in a bad way. None of us wanted to let our people down, I guess you'd say. So when you would have an educator that would have these three cultured children that they are educating, they had to make it work for all of us, okay? It had to make sense for all of us. It had to challenge all of us, and it had to be fair for all of us. So our educators, I believe, made them very special too. They had to do their homework too, just like we had to do ours. I think our educators, we had an awesome team of teachers here. In years, I don't remember all the names, but I do know that they were a special group as well. We had your older teachers. And another thing, we had a lot of male teachers. I want to speak of that because there's not a lot of men in education right now. And I believe that that was very effective as well, because now the young men, the young boys, had a male figure to look up to. Okay, so I think that was very important for our boys to have men around in their life all the time. And we had a lot of male teachers. They weren't so much the minority. It was kind of an equal balance during that time.
And you're right. I think they had to adjust. I mean, maybe even more than the students. They had, in the middle of this cultural shift and this
That's right.
social upheaval, they had to adjust as well. They, again, a few years earlier, a black kid dating a Asian kid would not have been allowed, and so I'm sure it was a lot of a big cultural shift for the staff as well.
It was a cultural shift, because even in the dating, we'd have, a black girl with a white guy, we'd have a white girl with an Oriental guy with a black girl. I mean, whatever kind of way it went. And they were able to walk in a sense of freedom in doing that. But I think that freedom that we felt, we demanded it. Okay? We demanded it and went forward with it. And again, that's part of making this school a very special place. Very special place. I have fun memories. I was involved in a lot of things. I was a cheerleader. I ran track. Involved in the school politics. I was class president of the junior class. I was vice president of the senior class. Very involved in everything that went on in the school. Very busy. When I first got here, first dating, I dated a senior coming in as a sophomore, and that was a challenge. I had some social challenges, because he was the captain of the football team, and here comes this little sophomore, So that was interesting. I had to really earn my place, and be accepted. And I think that experience, along with being in the politics at the school, having some awesome teachers, awesome leadership, it prepared me personally, I think, better for life, to be able to be flexible in all things, and when challenged with adversity, that I could handle it and walk my way through it and work my way through it. This school prepared me to really know who I am, and I still say it was a place of dreams, where dreams do come true, but you had to be true to your dream. You had to work. There was no easy road. We didn't have it easy. We had to work very hard. The standards were high, and so were the expectations. Nothing else. Okay, I'm home visiting, and last evening I met with, we call it our Tech Girls Night Out, and there was about 14 of us, all class of 69, and this year would have been our 45th year class reunion. And for whatever reason, a lot of reasons, we're not having a reunion. So it was very special for the group of us to get together. And, we talked about what we're all doing. And it was very interesting. We had a couple of our classmates have been married 43 years. We had another one, she and her husband been married 41 years. Another one, 38 years. Me and my husband, we've been married 34 years. All of us have grandchildren, which we are just, everybody pulled out their cameras and little things, and, mama and Mimi and Nanny, we're all of that. And that was great. Some of them have retired. Some are still working. Of Of course, some have health issues. We did share time. We've lost a lot of our classmates, and a group of them have decided that they will meet for breakfast on the third Saturday of every other month at the Buttercup restaurant for breakfast, just to stay in touch and just to love on each other. And that was so important to me, being there with that group last night. It was just in my heart. Our initial plans was to go to New York, but I told my husband, I need to go to California. And the one thing that I did share with them all last night is I needed to come here and just tell y'all how much I love you, you know, in case you needed to hear that, you know, in case you needed a hug today. That's what this is about. So it was awesome. We had a great time. They're all pretty local. Most of them are still within the area. You know, they live, if not Oakland, Union City, Hercules, San Francisco. Most of them are still in the area and doing well. You know, it's a good class. It's a great class.
And you can't be at that meeting every month at the Buttercup personally, but maybe, you know.
Well, that's what I told them.
Put you on speaker and a phone in the middle of the table, and there you are.
Let me be there via technology.
FaceTime,
right. Facebook or something.
Right.
You know, put the speakers on and let me be there, part of it. And I will be in Alabama with my feet up, with my cup of coffee, and sharing the good times with y'all.
Right. You said a few minutes ago, you said, I'm not even sure, that you came home to visit.
Yes.
Without thinking about it, if someone says, where's home to you, what is your answer to that?
This is my home.
Oakland.
Oakland is my home. You know, San Francisco truly left my heart here. Okay, it is my home, and they say your home is where you make it. And certainly, I have a lot of family in the Alabama area because that's where I am from originally. But I moved here at 8 years old. Okay, and didn't leave until I was in my 30s. So this is home for me, and this school is my school.
And it's clear that you're proud of that fact, and I'm sure when you tell people you're from Oakland, you say it proudly. Talk a little bit about where that pride comes from. You know, why are you proud to be an Oakland Tech Bulldog, and why are you proud to be from Oakland?
Okay, why am I proud to be an Oakland Tech Bulldog? Because the Bulldogs is the best. We're the Bulldogs, the mighty, mighty Bulldogs. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. That was one of our cheers. We are the Bulldogs, the mighty, mighty Bulldogs. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are. So we tell them we are the Bulldogs. And that says it all. That says the pride that everywhere we go, people want to know. Why? Because we're special. We stand out no matter where we go. And so we're proud to say I'm from Tech. I went to Oakland Tech, the purple and gold and Bulldogs. And that's who I am and what I am.
Do you know of, for example, the recent or not so recent kind of famous Oakland Tech alumni that people might know nationally?
I was reading that lately. I do know, Pat Pointer was an alumni. She's with the Pointer Sisters. Oh my goodness, it was a whole list of, I know we have some football players, there's some baseball players. Ron Dellums went to Tech. The guy, what was his name? That was on the boat.
The Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
Ted Lang, I think.
Ted Lang. Huey P. Newton went to Oakland Tech. It is just, let's see, who else? I mean, it goes on and on. You really need to read these Centennial newsletters that's going out. There is some awesome information on there about who came from Tech. It's amazing what Tech produced over the years, and it's still producing. have some little struggles, and that's what this is all about. You guys who may see this, search your hearts again. Support this school. It is a special place. It is so special here. It is a blessing to the community.
Excellent. Push the button again.